What's the function of architecture? To live, to work, to defend, or to inherit? As an architectural designer and urban planner in China, I've always wanted to see many different styles of architecture. Not only just capture them, but most importantly to find out what's behind them. There's 4 famous ancient towns in China: Lijiang in the south, Pingyou in the north, Zuozhuang in the east, and Lodai in the west. When the drizzle knocks on the gates of Longchuan Mountain, the beautiful images of Lodai ancient town are gradually opening. Over the past 300 years, this ancient town, with the largest number of guild halls in China, has gathered sadness, joy, separation, and the reunion with visitors from Guangdong, Hunan, Hubei, Jiangxi, and northern Sichuan. When I walked deeply into the town and greeted by buildings with traditional Chinese Chuan style, Hui style, Jin style, Hai style, and Ming style. Why? Why are there so many guild halls and architecture styles in this small town? All clues point to one answer: the Hakka, the ancestors of Chengdu people. This circular building is what they call Tulo. In ancient times, this building housed the Hakka people. This is where the families would create their own community. Tu represents the ground, the earth. Lo is the building, so it's literally an earth building. You can understand the Hakka people had a very deep understanding of how to connect man with nature. The first 2-story of a tulo is solid, with no windows for the purpose of defense. Windows are only open from the 3rd to the 5th stories, with varying sizes. In the olden times, if it was cold, these buildings would be in really warm spaces. These very thick walls would retain the heat. And I guess in the summer there would be very cool spaces with this central courtyard. I guess as designers, as very advanced in their knowledge and thinking, definitely a learning experience. How can we use these principles on an urban level? This courtyard is seen. The big fish begonia, daughter Chuan, she's leaving kind of the celestial space from the heaven and going down to earth. So as you can see, there are a series of doorways, and these are leading to previously what would have been known as the small residential units. Now these are being preserved and converted into this large museum. This is recording a scene. This is kind of very deeply rich culture where the youth, when they leave their parents to go and travel and emigrate to Sichuan, the scene taking place also reminds me when I left the UK and I was like my friend here. I was also having that same role of saying goodbye to my family and also becoming a Chengdu drifter. For the Hakka, they started in the central plains of China, and due to war times they began this migration, the first wave moving south to Jiangxi province and then heading further south through the second and third waves, going from the south but going across to West China to Sichuan province, to Chongqing and also to Chengdu. This is where we are today in Lodai. Something that I've seen across a lot of parts of Southeast Asia, the Hakka migrated in the 5th migration pattern from south to Southeast Asia. They took across with them the water element, which is connected with the ground, the land. They're wishing good fortune and blessings to the god to bring rain for the new harvest. Over thousands of years of emigration, the Hakka people have maintained one very specific tradition. That is the gourmet custom. We're going to go and experience their cha. Right, a great part of coming to Lodi is to be able to experience and see what's going on about the Hakka culture. 你好，老师。
你好。
你做什么？
我在做客家的一个传统擂茶。
擂茶，这个茶有很多东西。我们喝茶不一样。
对，这是我们中国传统的一个客家擂茶，我们客家人保留的吃的方式，不叫喝茶，我们客家人叫吃茶。
可不可以我们喝一杯？
可以，要不我就带你亲自现擂体验一次吧。
好。
它也是我们中国汉唐时期的传统吃茶方式嘛，穿上汉服的话就更有感觉了。这个擂钵里面是有辐射状的纹路的，一直以来都有以茶款待客人这个方式嘛，一定是往怀里这个方向磨，表示欢迎客人的意思。因为呢，我本来就是一位地地道道的客家人哈。因为成都这边的客家人的话是300年前湖广填川的时候进来的嘛，但是当时的话，茶叶的饮用方式大多数都是泡来吃的。过来的目的，也就是把这碗客家的传统擂茶在这边再延续下去。
Whilst on the road along the difficult migration routes, Hakka people took what they could find as ingredients for lai cha to kill hunger. This gourmet would definitely overturn your understanding of tea around the world. 朋友们，吃茶。We're designing in the city of Chengdu. We're designing for the people, but also we try to understand where the people have come from, what made them who they are, their culture, and how can we retain this and bring into the modern uses. Future generation. Lodi town is full of the charm of ancient culture, showcased in the enticing Hakka museums, century-old Hakka dwellings, and beautiful old alleys and streets.
被誉为南方丝绸之路上的第一镇，邛崃平乐古镇，距今已有2000多年的历史。
Hello， 非常欢迎你们来到平乐，恭喜你们2位今天呢成为我们平乐一日游的体验官。
平乐古镇古称平洛，汉景帝中元6年，才子司马相如在宴会上邂逅了临邛富豪卓王孙的女儿卓文君，以一曲绝妙的《凤求凰》赢得了卓文君的芳心。带着对爱情的期许，两人一起相约，从临邛私奔到平乐古镇，从平乐码头坐船去往成都，成就了一段千古爱情佳话。
由于2000多年岁月的洗礼，曾经的大文豪司马相如写的《凤求凰》一诗，如今已遗落在平乐古镇上各个角落。通过自己的努力，找到遗失的片段，并请于日落之前在白沫江头找到我，我会在那里等你们，祝你们好运。
平乐一日游体验官规则：现在在任务卡的指引下，完成各自的任务，才能得到下一张任务卡。每个任务完成之后，都会得到1张密函，凑齐4张密函，将会重现当年的传奇故事。
琼州志记载，成都草址半平洛。平乐古镇气候温润，水源丰富， 且盛产竹木，造就了这里千年闻名的造纸技术。今天，美国人大力的第一个任务就是跟手工造纸术有关。
请教到8个同事在唱歌的那里。我听我前面有声音，我去看一下。
啊，你好，你好。哎，你好，你好，你是大人吗？
是的，是的。
现在的任务是加入我们打卓玛，你要好好的表现，他让我们满意了，你就过关了。到时候我们把这个厉害交给你。
竹麻号子是当地造纸工人在打竹麻时所唱的劳动号子。光阴流逝，手工造纸已逐渐被机器所代替，但这铿锵有力的号子声依旧饱含着劳动人民的勤劳与智慧。那么大力他能学会这极富川西地方特色的号子吗？
加油干喽！水走吼吼摇摇嘿。
我跟不上，这个好难，太难。你有更简单一点吗？
可以，上工号子比较。
竹麻号子分为3部分：上工号子、中午号子和收工号子。每一个部分特色不同，唱腔也不同。
你要有力。喂哦，我们喊说一声，喊喂，
搜一搜，喂，
哎对，说一走后，吼，说一走后喂，说一走后喂，说一走后，说一走后，
搜一搜，搜一搜，搜一搜，搜一搜。
好，这是我们这边的厉害。哎，交给你。
哦 ，Thank you。哦，我们一起可以拍照自拍。
好的，好。
我要找到那个蘸水有当面。好的，走吧。那个是肉。我是比较哦，好可爱！他叫什么名字？拜拜。我想吃一下那个好吃的东西。
邛崃奶汤面是平乐谷镇上最著名的美食。
奶汤面。
据不完全统计，镇上一共有100多家奶汤面店。那究竟哪一家才是安娜要找的呢？
你们这是有那个牛汤面？你们是不是那个张氏？不是啊 ，Yes, not this place. Okay. 你们有那个奶汤面吗？
对，奶汤面。对。
你们是不是那个张老板？对。这是张老板吗？
对。
是。好的。但是张老板是谁？
张老板是那位。
你好，你好，你是不是张老板？
哎，是。
奶汤面为什么叫奶汤面？里面有牛奶吗？
你可以猜一下。
OK。
叫奶汤面。
好的，我可以试一下，
这样是就大棒丢在那个汤锅里面，然后一晚上开始小火，然后一直焖到那个汤雪白的我们这叫奶汤面。
是除了这个面之外还要吃什么？
奶汤面配着钵钵鸡。
皮脆肉嫩的去骨鸡片，配上一碗热腾腾的奶汤面，这一辣一鲜的双重口感，能让食客得到味蕾上的极大满足。而此刻，安娜也接到了张老板给她的任务。
因为你知道吗？就现在的话，外国到我们这里来旅游的越来越多了。这种中国菜，但是的话是没有翻译的啊。你能不能帮我翻译一下？
可以，没问题。
翻译一下。
OK。
看到，没事，就这样写嘛。什么意思？这个？
那个是今天的食材 ，milk noodles。milk 就是牛奶 ，noodles 是面。
面啊。
还有
6个。这是什么意思？这个
就是爱心的意思。
这个任务就算完成了，我还算满意啊。这个是你下一个任务的任务卡和密函。
好的，谢谢你。
新的任务，这个镇上最会编竹子的人。
The residents told me that the different areas are divided by different types of commerce. The area that I'm in right now is the bamboo weaving area. Around me are all kinds of different types of trinkets, all handmade. A long time ago, this area used to be very prosperous, and people would make their living just off selling bamboo. If I'm gonna find the best bamboo weaver, it'll be in this area. So, let's go.
很快，大力找到了瓷胎竹编的国家级传承人尤老师。
这是用什么竹子做的？
瓷竹的柔韧性很好。今天在这里要完成一个瓷胎竹编的竹品。
起源于清代中期的瓷胎竹编是平乐古镇特有的手工技艺，采用当地特产的瓷竹，工序精细而繁琐。让尤老师没想到的是，来自美国德州的粗犷男孩大力很快就学会了瓷胎竹编的基础手法。
不太难，就是需要很多时间。
对，这个就这样，花费很长时间。我希望把我们这门手艺带到你们国家。我把这个密函交给你，恭喜你完成任务了。
哇，成功！
顺利完成最后一项任务之后，大力并没有急着离开，让他迈不动步子的是竹编一条街上琳琅满目的手工艺品。
下周是我妈妈生日，所以我回美国看望我妈妈，给她礼物，她会很喜欢。
这些东西都可以往里面背的。
哦。很方便。
对，他连汉语还说得好的哇。
应该说一般，世界第3，对吧？ Yeah。
平乐古镇被穿镇而过的白沫江分为了东西两岸。此时，对岸的安娜也接到了最后一个任务，找到镇上唯一的传统打铁铺。
我现在在这条街叫八件街，因为原来在这有8个店子，但是这个店子是最著名的。你好，你是不是王师傅？我今天有一个任务。
炉火一起，风香一股，生冷的铁在炉火的高温下烧得赤红，最终经过反复敲打，淬炼成型。从12岁开始学习打铁，今年66岁的铁匠王师傅已经与铁打了大半辈子交道。安娜今天能过得了王师傅这关吗？
不是，我有点害怕。
面对不断从高温炭火堆里飞扬出的火星子，从未见过这种场面的安娜打起了退堂鼓。
不行，我有点害怕。Actually, I was so afraid about this, and I'm not sure I think this job is so difficult. Yes, not for everyone.
对，一起打，对，打，对，打了，对，行，
你现在也可以去，一点不离啊。我把这个钱送给你。
谢谢。
里面是什么？我不知道，我会去找 Anna。
Hey!
Hi.
Look at this!
Wow.
Chengdu, yeah.
Yes. Actually, my missions was so difficult, so that I can't finish it.
Oh, really?
Yes. What about you?
I mean, I finished it, but you know what? The sun is setting. So that means we gotta hurry up and go to the river.
Okay, let's go.
Wow, we're by the river now.
Yes, but nobody's here.
Wow.
Hello. 恭喜你们完成了今天的任务。
这个木头是什么地方？
这里呢是卓文君跟司马相如私奔的地方。现在手上拿的密函呢，就是凤求凰的诗篇。这封密函里的凤求凰，就是当年司马相如写给卓文君的。
凤起归故乡。
爱有四海求其华。
你们手上的诗篇拼凑完整，就是我们现在眼前看到的这个雕版印刷。现在就把这2幅送给你了，作为你们今天完成任务的奖励。今天的任务呢，就到这边结束了。
耶耶！
I'm Cam from London. I run an architecture practice in Chengdu. At the end of a busy week, I've come out to a beautiful, small ancient town in Chengdu. It's called Anren. Well, I thought it was going to be a very quiet and relaxing evening. And to be honest, it's probably been one of the first very intense performances that I've seen in a long time. So it's the fusion of theatre, musical, digital experience. Tells a story of an old time of China's past. I'm confused now. Am I part of this show? Am I watching this show? Are they watching me? It felt like I'm just travelled through time. Where's my watch? What time is it? Where am I? Sorry, I know it's a very random question, but what year is it?
It's 1930.
No, seriously. You sure? 1930.
1930.
I feel like I've just time travelled. I've come off from a mirrored world, a mirrored Anren from 2020.
Okay, that's interesting.
If you have time, could you show me?
The time travel of Iron Town was built in the Tang Dynasty. Years later, that's when Liu's brothers came here. You know Liu's brothers?
They're legends. There's a whole show about them. You know them?
They're my friends. And they brought some German designers with them. And together they have built over 27 mansions here altogether.
Mm-hmm.
So this mansion is called Chengdu Mansion.
Right.
They have the traditional folk house style and some Western architecture styles. So it's like a fusion of both.
Yeah, there's certain detailing elements in this space that actually reminds me of certain parts of Europe. When I was back in England, there was a space in London that we went to. It was part of the great mansion, there's Hampton House. There is a difference in terms of the proportions. If you notice, this square is deeper. The traditional courtyards in Sichuan, I guess, were formed with the longitude from the east to west direction, so they catch the sun, so you have the greater space for having your teas, having your places for your mahjong. This is my lucky number. There's a reason I'm here.
So you were saying this place has become a performance stage. What happened to this whole Anren town?
To be honest, the whole of Anren town has been preserved. The existing courtyards, the streets, the actual culture has been preserved as a living and breathing historical destination. There's very few places in China that still retain that atmosphere. Where we are now, it's no longer residence, but it's become a cultural destination for learning about the history and time of 1930s. And these umbrellas.
This is called oil paper umbrella. This we hand in for decoration, but everyone has one in their home.
You have one yourself?
Yes. This is handmade umbrellas made of papers.
And how do they make it waterproof? How do they still protect?
They have like oil painted outside to like make another cover out of the paper. 老师哦。
你好，欢迎你。
我的朋友，这个朋友非常喜欢油纸伞，今天想来体验一下，我们可不可以一起？
可以，
你好，
欢迎你们来啊！你好啊，非常欢迎。因为我们的伞是手工制作的，它是用1倍的几道工序，从选取到制成的，包完整的是。
So in Chinese, the name umbrella, does it have a significant reason?
中国的这个繁体字，它那个繁体字的伞就是代表是无人共伞，一根短棍顶天立地。伞是圆的，就表示团团圆圆；保护伞就保护一身平安。
In the West, we lost many handicrafts like this. Most are industrial. I'm very happy to see many intangible cultural heritage still remained in 2020 in China, and specifically in Chengdu, like the shoe embroidery, bamboo weaving, super painting, and lacquer. Mr. Lee told me that he'd been making umbrellas since he was a child. The oil paper umbrella has more than 1,000 years history and has been used all over Asia, like Japan.
The other hand, hold on, hold that point, okay.
I only experienced a few steps the oil paper umbrella making. I felt like I was on a building site, a very small building that was being carefully crafted with my own hands.
也这样，又是大胆一点。因为我们四川是天府之国，也是大熊猫的故乡，我们也会有人觉得这把伞上画一个竹子来说明。
The bamboo kind of embodies the spirit and the culture of the place as well, so it's implemented within this tangible heritage and also with nature.
It also symbolizes like the bamboo is climbing up, so it's like symbolizing all the way up.
Prosperity,
like
growth.